Kia ora. Welcome to Me and Not by the Sea. My name is Catherine, my pronouns are she, her, and we're here at Victoria's house.
Kia ora and welcome. My name is Victoria. This is my house. It has 4 walls, a ceiling, windows, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I went on a placeable rant.
She's giddy.
Yeah, I've had both Coke and ginger beer.
So it's been 2
weeks.
2 weeks.
Which was amazing. We were getting a bit slack, but we're back.
So I've been, I was just telling Victoria, I've been off sick for a day and I've had terrible allergies for the rest of the week. So I've been working from home. So I'm not as enthusiastic and energetic as usual. How about you?
Well, we had a bit of rain. You may or may not be
That's
aware.
right. Emergency. Are we out of emergency?
Yeah, we're out of the state of emergency. Well,
That's
basically, there was a flood.
There's quite a lot of flooding. Over 100 people have lost their home.
I lost their homes.
I think.
I know that there were sort of a dozen or so red stickered, but is that?
Yeah, there was red stickers, but I thought it said more than 100 had lost their homes. I don't know.
Yeah, well, mind
now
you,
I'm
so
not confused. I don't remember the red sticker.
The red stickers means basically the house is condemned. I think it's too dangerous to go into. But I may, if there's a dozen or 20 houses that are red stickered, the ones around them must be vulnerable. So it could well be.
I don't know.
Yeah. Thankfully, I wasn't affected. Well, we weren't affected too bad.
No.
We had some transport. I had some transport issues getting to town. The main road got closed. There was big slips and things.
Yeah, I worked from home.
Yeah.
Because it's very straightforward to work from home in my job, and my onions were underwater for about 6 hours. Well, lots of things were underwater, but I have a special place in my heart for my Welsh onions, which are the walking onions. So I just love them, and they were underwater. I was like,
will they survive?
yeah, they have survived. Yeah, after 4 to 6 hours, the water was gone from the veggie plot, so it was good.
Good.
And we hadn't planted any seeds, because otherwise the seeds would have ended up all over the place. But
Yeah.
we've now planted seeds, so that should be okay.
Yeah.
The house was fine. We did make a little mistake. So we have an electric car, which we charge at home. And because it rains, we have a socket outside the house, which is covered and protected. You plug it in, but the cable to charge the car has like a box in the middle. It's like cable, box, cable. And so we put it on the ground, and we always cover it with a plastic box, like a tub, just so that it doesn't get rained on. We didn't even think of it, but of course the water was coming from underneath, so it got completely soaked.
Oh no! Is it a write-off?
Well, it was all right. Martin initially thought it was the actual electrics under the house, but then I was like, nah. And I just shook all the water out, and then we dried it, and then it worked. But in the meantime, I'd asked my craft group, because I have a craft group in Waikouaiti, and I'd asked if anyone had a charger that we could borrow, because we didn't have enough charge to get to Palmerston to charge. We were stuck in the house. Anyway, 2 people came to rescue us, so that was really lovely.
Lovely.
But the cable is dying on and off.
Oh.
And it's $500 to buy it new.
Can you insurance it?
We can, but we've seen them. You can buy them from not the dealers for like $270, I think. And so Martin's like, well, that's less than the minimum.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Excess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our excess is $300. So anyway, we keep trying it, and we'll see. But yeah, if we can't do it tomorrow, we'll just have to buy a new one. It's a little annoying. And we'll buy one of those boxes to protect it.
I was going to say,
as well.
you can get boxes.
There is a box. Yeah, I didn't know that. We only just found out after the rain.
Yeah.
Someone lent us. Martin had to go to Karitane to pick it up, and they just picked it up off the wall and gave it to him. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So that was the worst mishap, really. There was a lot of water, and the water was coming from both ends. I think one house got very severely damaged in Waikouaiti.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel bad. There was you probably watched in the news, there was a big slip on the hill just sort of I drive past to
Oh, that's right.
get to work, and I sort of went right through the house and cars and
Nobody got injured, which is incredible.
phenomenal, because it happened I think in the middle of the night, but they heard
did
it.
it?
I think they heard it rumbling, and
Gosh, yeah, a big tree fell. And
Yeah.
We just saw it walking, driving past as well. So it hasn't been good, but not as bad as, of course, places in America that are really suffering.
Absolutely,
at the
with the
moment.
hurricanes. Yeah.
And of course, it wouldn't be my podcast without mentioning a year of genocide. So if you enjoy the podcast, please donate to a Palestinian cause or to a Lebanon, Palestine, Yemen, any of those countries. There are so many countries that you can donate to that are being attacked. Take your pick.
Yeah.
So, free Palestine and all that. I've got a book that I'm going to talk about later. I posted it on my Instagram, but we're going to do the frivolous thing first. So, it's mostly going to be Victoria talking because I have worked on 2 things over the last fortnight. So do you want to get started?
We'll get started. I've got no FOs. I've got no FFOs. Let's start on the fun thing. Right. So.
Oh, they look like earrings.
I have got half an FO. So this is a pair of earrings.
Oh.
Can I get that in
So that's
focus?
not how they hang.
It's a little
It
witch.
just happens to be an earring.
No, it is. It is an earring.
Okay, so the other ones don't hang the same
No,
way?
they're not earrings.
Ah.
This one is an earring. I just haven't made the pair.
Are you going to start wearing earrings now?
Yeah, well, that's a bit of fun for Halloween. I had a pattern. It's very cute.
So does that mean that you made it as an earring instead of as an ornament?
The pattern was for an earring, and I made an earring. So it's a different pattern to the charms, which are Christmas themed.
Okay, can I just say that I do have bad allergies, which is like located here. So really simple explanations are taking a while to get through. So I'm not thick.
Yeah. So there were a couple of questions. I got them from a Welsh shop, bought them online, called Thread Art Bead. And you can buy the patterns, a digital pattern that you can download, and you can order the beads and things through them. But they are just, well, they're not just, they're Delica beads. So you can buy them from quite a few craft shops if you were so inclined to buy the tubes rather than the kit. So the kit was cost effective because obviously they only sell you the beads you need as opposed to buying lots and lots of tubes with leftovers.
So did you put it in the previous fortnight's
Yes.
thingies? Yeah. So it's
in the comments.
Last time, this in the comments. Okay, so it's in the comments because someone did ask.
Yeah. So these are all the ones that I showed you last time. In the 2 weeks, I got a little bit obsessed. So.
Well, there was no way you could even go for a walk. It was like rain and beading. Penguin.
So there's a wee penguin. And a Christmas pudding.
Which you don't even like.
No, but it's really pretty.
I don't know many young people that like Christmas pudding. It's such an
I like
old-fashioned thing. People
As
like the
kids, you
icing.
like it because you put it on fire. You light it on fire. That's just a wee Christmas bauble.
That's cute. That looks a bit like Lindt, the chocolate ball.
Does it?
Yeah.
Nice shiny. There is a wee Christmas hat. And a wee glove.
Mitten.
Mitten. Yes, you're right, because they've got no fingers.
The knitter in me had to say it.
No, it's good. A wee mug of hot chocolate with a straw. I don't know if it's hot chocolate.
That doesn't make sense.
A mug of something. Some of these are grasping at being Christmas themed.
I don't know. Hot chocolate is a very Peruvian Christmas thing.
Oh, as when I skate. And they're
That's interesting.
3D too. They're flat-ish, but they're 3D.
Oh.
When I skate. A candy cane. Ooh, this one. This one I overstuffed. That's a Christmas wreath.
So they're all stuffed?
Yes. Well, the hat's not. The hat is hollow, so technically.
Or you could make it roundish.
You could. Oh, shiver me timbers.
You could.
Yes, you
Take
can.
them out a little bit.
Yeah, but of course, because it's me, my tension's really tight.
You could make it though if you
Really
wanted to. But
yeah.
It looks nice. It looks nice flat anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think Victoria went to work.
A Christmas candy. I got so obsessed. A wee Christmas candy.
Sweetie.
Sweetie.
Sweetie. What do you call it here? You don't call them candy or sweets.
Lollies.
Lollies, that's the word.
There's a wee gnome. He's got a bit of a Christmas stocking. And a house that has been snowed on.
That looks like a gingerbread house.
It does. And
So I'm not sure, is that a Christmas thing?
well, there's the nut
People do that. People do gingerbread houses around
Yeah.
Christmas time.
and a ballerina.
Which is not Christmas because she'd be cold.
Yeah, she would be very cold, but I'm assuming that's the nutcracker. So, I don't know if I showed it last time, but the bottom of the tree, there's a wee drawer. So all of these are just sitting in the drawer
Because
I wanted to know which, because these ones here I showed you last time, and I put them in the drawer so I could show you the new ones. And then
so they can be graduated to the
they'll
tree.
go on the tree. Yeah.
Okay. How many have you got left to go?
One. So the star gets beaded, but I'm doing that very last because it looks hard. I've got 6. I think I've got 8 more to go.
I don't know. You've done a few that looked hard.
So I've got 8 more to go, and there are 36 in total.
I can't do this thing.
But it's so much fun. It's flippin' addictive and so much fun. I've had a blast.
Nice.
So that has been most of the time. Most of the effort since last time.
I do hope you're right about beading because with my bunting project, the one we do once a month with Fiona, I put forward the prompt of beads.
Ooh.
Before you'd started your beading, you probably had done your kimono, but it just came to me that I wanted to be. I'm not inspired yet.
Ooh.
Of course, true to form, Fiona's finished. But now that I've finished this big project, maybe we'll focus on it.
Do you want to show one of your projects?
Sure, I've got a finished object.
Oh, yes.
Although I did notice that as I was showing Victoria in great excitement that I had finished one, I realised that I hadn't done a little bit, but it still counts as finished.
It looks amazing.
Okay, so I finished my quilt. So this is the one that I probably started more than 2 years ago, where I was putting together all my scraps. So everything is hand pieced, so even the circles. Then it's been hand quilted.
And then reverse
And then
applique.
it's been,
Is it reverse applique?
yeah, but you do this is reverse applique, but you do that before you quilt.
Yeah.
So everything was done by hand. What I haven't had a chance to do yet is go around and making sure I've removed all the bits of threads and stuff. I did the binding by hand, and I love my binding. So this fabric here, I had bought recently at the fabric sale in Waikouaiti, and I love it. It's a Japanese fabric. Well, no, it's a Japanese print. It's fantastic. I loved it. But I thought, I you know how I like the juxtaposition of color. So I've got one L is the Japanese looking one, and the other L is orange. So this is where they meet.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And of course, because I do everything by hand, I attach the binding to the quilt by hand. And I was thinking, why are you doing this to yourself, Catherine? Some of these fabrics are very high count bed sheets. I don't know if you can see. This finger is kind of dead. It's got cuts, and I mean, it just looks like an old lady.
Oh, very
Yeah.
callous. Yeah, callousing.
And it's got a cut. It's got a few nicks. So these 2 fingers they need a break now. So I was laughing at myself because I can't do it by machine because I've done everything else by hand. And also, getting the machine out's a faff. Anyway, I am so happy.
Show them the label.
I will. And the other thing that I do now that I've realised is I do my labels using one of my beautiful embroidered doilies. So when I bought this doily, I knew that I didn't like the bottom half. So in the bottom half, you have these bells, embroidered bells. It was very 50s. I didn't like them, but in the op shop, I knew I was going to cut them out. So it's got my full name, well, Catherine Barriga, Waikouaiti, Octubre 2024. So I did it in Spanish because, you know, there's a faint hope that my girls will want this when I'm no longer there. And I think the other thing that I really enjoyed is So throughout the quilting, I'm going to do a video so that you can actually see it, but they all have these vertical lines of quilting. And if they got too close, I would do curves and stuff. And it also has like random shapes on the quilt. But then when it came to this fabric, I just sort of went around the bunches of flowers. So I really like the contrast between the very regular, kind of regular shapes of the straight lines and this. And then at the other end, because you know how I like to piece things, there's just some straight lines. This is a ticking fabric, very dense. That was really hurting my fingers. So the back is pieced as well. The back has this ticking, and then that, which you also see on the side. So the way I quilt, because you know I'm super profesh. In fact, I came across an Instagrammer that I follow. She's Irish, lives in Irish. She's an interior decorator, and she was posting about the fact that she was trying to finish writing this piece for a newspaper about the beauty of imperfection. I was like, I love you. So anyway, the way I quilt is I pick a fabric, I get started, or I join things on that until I think, yeah, that's all right. Quite often I'll run out of said fabric, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just put this at the end.
Lovely.
So this is the edge, and we have decided that this is Martin's side of the bedding.
Nice.
Because
it doesn't really mean shirts.
And it's not that, it's the fact that once the label goes where it goes, that has to be the bottom of the bed.
Yes.
We can't flip it. So anyway, I'm just so happy. And now I can start finishing piecing the quilt top for my friend, which is almost there. So I've got all the blocks. I just need to join the blocks. And then I can maybe start quilting it, but I need to give my hand at least a 1 week break. My friend's going to Vietnam for 3 weeks for work. So I'm hoping that by that point, my fingers will feel like sewing again. I really need to use my thimbles.
Yeah. I can never get the hang of thimbles.
Once you spend like an afternoon on a project, you're okay. I've got used to my thimbles in the past. What I haven't got used to is getting out of my bed and walking over to get the thimbles.
My sister has purchased a thimble properly, that lovely little sterling silver one, and it's come in a little leather case, like a little, like a jewel. You know, you get like those old-fashioned jewelry boxes, like a box case. It's just gorgeous.
I've got an antique sterling silver thimble.
Yeah,
I just bought in a random antique shop. It wasn't expensive.
She bought it for me for Christmas, but decided she liked it, so she's going to keep it.
Oh no!
Just fine, we've all done that.
What's wrong with buying two? Don't tell the person.
No, it's an antique thimble and an antique box.
There are other antique thimbles.
Yeah. Not in a box. Not in a case.
Yeah, they normally hold the case back because those are rare.
Yeah.
Rare. Oh well. You're smiling about it.
Yeah, it's great.
So I'll do a video about the quilt. I'm very happy, and I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. So cool.
So
What else have you got?
So I've been working on my Marie Talbot box. I haven't got the picture because it's away in a case.
Okay, slight interjection. I was listening to Fiber Talk, which is a podcast for like the American Guild of Embroiderers or something like that. They were talking about Marie Talbot.
Yeah,
so she's world famous.
She's world famous.
I don't know. Not my world. So I was just like, oh, that's what Victoria talks about.
Yeah. So I think last time I may have just started the tree. So I've finished the trunk of the tree and the branches. And this is me doing 10 leaves a night. I've got 4 done over 4 different nights. I think I've done a little bit more of the gold border.
You've definitely done more of the branches.
The tree, the tree was my... this was supposed to be quite heavily my focus, but I got distracted with beading and rain. And because it was wet outside, I thought I couldn't do stitching. I can only do beading.
So it's a bad influence, that beading situation.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of cat fur on the back.
Oh, if you lose the will, the print looks nice.
The print looks lovely. Just put that inside the...
Yeah, just say, oh no, it was meant to be like this. Yeah. It's like an abstract.
Exactly.
Half done.
We'll get there.
The
I won't make my internal deadline, but that's fine.
I don't think you can see on this screen like the TV. It's not good enough. Your stitching is pristine.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the half that doesn't care about perfection. So I get quite offended when people say, oh, it looks perfect. And I'm like, never the intention. But this is the half that really cares about perfection. And she's doing really well.
I will admit it had been so long
So beautiful.
that I did my first leaf and I cut it out. I was like, no, I'm doing it again. And then I got the hang again and it's great.
No, you say it like you're surprised. That is very you.
I know. But no.
I am very impressed with your stitches though.
I'm pleased with how it's coming along.
See,
This ladder stitch is still, I'm losing the will.
See, I really admire this. When I say that, I'm not interested in perfection. I'm not interested in perfection for me.
Yeah.
I just think, ugh. But I can totally appreciate the beauty of the work that you do. It's just stunning.
And different projects require a different level of perfection. And this one here, I've invested a lot.
See, I feel like that. My knitting, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't keep a twisted stitch.
Yeah.
But anything else, nah.
Do you want to show?
Oh yeah, so I've started a new quilt. But this is going slowly. Although,
I think you showed us the start of this last time.
yeah, but
Or have you just
maybe
I
I cut it all out last time. I've actually joined some.
Ooh!
And do you know, one of the things I enjoy lots is that, oh gosh, there's so little I can buy in the op shops now because I have so much. But I'm buying these antique reels of cotton.
Love.
I always make sure it's cotton. And I'm using it so I can continue buying them. It's not like an obsessive, ridiculous thing to buy. Yeah, so I've joined some. And it's very... can you hold them as I show them? I'm not going to show you like the 133 blocks that I'll do.
Show them how they join together.
But isn't it great?
It's like the hexi quilt, but
Tumbling blocks.
It's such an optical illusion. I love it.
And it is, and it's very Moorish.
Yeah.
I don't know which way I'm doing it now. Dark? No, like that. I don't know. This is maths adjacent. So this is geometry, I think.
Oh, yeah,
geometry
technically.
shapes, right?
Yeah. So if you're putting the darks at the top, so they would all go in.
Okay, that'll make more sense. Geometry is
Here we go.
shapes, right? So I'm doing maths.
You are doing maths.
And I actually calculated how many I needed.
Oh.
I am so amazing. This is the dark one. So it'll be interesting with some of them. Oh, I just love this so much. So this is now my transporting project.
Nice.
But as Martin was transporting me here from the house, I was too tired.
Oh.
So I just sat in the car holding my box.
Oh, but daylight savings for us has finished, started. I don't know which one, but we're getting more light in the evening, which is very nice for stitching and feeling productive in the evenings.
And then for doing gardening.
Yes.
So lovely.
Even I thought, oh, I could go in the garden. Didn't, but I thought.
Honestly, I am doing a bit of gardening. So this design is called Tumbling Blocks. Let me know if you're doing one of these or if you have done one of these. I'm a little disappointed, and I was going to make this change, but it was just like in the too hard basket. When I printed it out, it's massive compared to my hexi quilt.
Yeah.
Each block is enormous.
But that's okay. That's just a different vibe.
Yeah, and then I thought, oh gosh, if you use the photocopier and you reduce the size, you'll get it wrong, and then you won't remember, and then it just got too hard. But this is another thing that happened, right? So I've tidied up my studio so that I could get to the fabrics. Tidied it up. If I have a stack like this of fabric, it looks like this, right? By the time I finished cutting all these out, and I had used my scraps here, that stack is now this big. I don't know how this happens. I said, well, I don't understand. I had a bottle. I have like a massive jar of olives. It's empty, and that's where I keep my scraps.
Yep.
By the time I'd finished cutting it, it didn't fit in, even though I'd used stuff from there. I don't understand.
Oh.
So anyway, the point being, I'm going to start another EPP project.
Excellent.
So that I have two in tandem. So if you have recommendations of what's cool, because I don't want to do another hexi. And I'm not doing a grandmother's quilt.
Do you remember,
garden quilt.
like 100 years ago, I started an EPP quilt
No.
with all the curves and things in it.
or was that wedding ring quilt?
Similar, but
No,
not a wedding
that
ring.
wasn't EPP.
It was done with paper.
It was done with paper, but it's a new technique. It's
Oh, okay.
called EPP, where you go with a sewing machine and then you tear it off.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not.
Yes, and I can't remember the name of it just now. No, I want something diddy. I want something as small as my hexi quilt was. Because the reason I'm trying to whittle things down is because I've got too many projects, but now I
Yeah.
feel like I need to whittle them up.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes no sense, but whatever. It
Don't
is what
worry.
it is.
I've got some whittle up projects to show tonight too.
But see, I'm being very good about cross stitch and embroideries. I am not starting new ones, and I really want to, because I really want to do the one that was given to me.
A bit of beading thread in my non-beading thread project.
So remember Ella from
Yeah.
Spectrum Stitcher? She sent me that beautiful rose that will drive me insane.
Yes.
Because it's got a little bit of
Yes.
confetti. I really want to start that one, but I'm being very good because I don't think I can. I don't think I want to have to cope with having a mountain by my bed.
Oh.
So things have to get finished. But quilting is a different set of projects.
Yeah. It's a different sport.
I know you're not asking me to justify myself.
No.
I'm just doing it.
Please, no judgment or justification required here. So, this here is my Francis Cheney that you may remember. I'm slightly terrified, but you started.
Oh, the
Easy
white and
Bits.
white?
This is the white work one.
Yeah. We remember. Why are you terrified?
Because I'll show you the end. So, I think last time I had finished the border and I'd pulled a thread. So now I've pulled some more threads and I've started the wrapping.
Amazing.
So, not a lot to show, but this was supposed to be finished the end of last month. I'm not. I'm behind. Oh well.
Can I just say, I do enjoy, like, I know your work is beautiful, but I also really enjoy, like, your threads.
With
your
my
marking
orange threads.
I do have, so when I go up shopping, one of the things I buy is unfinished projects.
Yeah.
Not with the intention of finishing, but I think there is poetry in unfinished projects. So this looks quite poetic to me. Anyway.
So the bits that
I'm sure you
terrify
will
me
finish it.
are the last two here, the people and these flowers.
But you'll be ready.
Exactly.
You'll be
Start it
ready.
easy and work your way down.
It's like sometimes it's best not to read the instructions for later on because it will panic you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you'll get there.
So there's that one. Do you have anything else you want to show?
I forgot my tatting.
Oh no!
That is terrible. I had 3 tiny things to show you. Anyway, I've learned to tat. I've figured out the stitch. Yes, I'm quite excited.
Next time.
So my friend came to visit me and she was quite jealous that I'm doing tatting. So her mother-in-law had given her this tatting kit. So she wants to learn with me. So all I want is to make one tatted doily. That's my goal.
Nice.
It doesn't have to be more. So we'll do that. So I've learned how to do a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to do circles with picots.
Yes.
And I'm now on the verge of joining the picots.
Ooh.
But that doesn't seem hard, so I'm like, I can do it.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. Yes, or next time it'll be at my house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I won't forget. Yeah. Cool,
Yeah.
great.
And
Okay, from tatting to big things now.
yeah. So with the rain and the flooding, where I live was on a water conservation / boil water. You know, basically only use your water for drinking, which you have to boil. So I had to go to Mum's. I spent a whole day at Mum's and the weekend doing my washing.
How is that a priority?
I wanted to have clothes to wear to work the next week.
Oh, you have more clothes than that, I'm sure.
Not undies. I've got a good week's worth of undies.
Yeah, I have a week's worth.
So I spent a day there and I can't quite remember where I got up to last time, but I think I filled in most of the skin since I saw you last time. The skin down on her neck.
That's lovely.
I love her.
I love her rouge.
Yeah.
We need to go back.
lovely.
We're going to circle back to undies, by the way. That seems necessary.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. You said you want to make it into a cushion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, undies.
Yes.
See, I think I've got 5 pairs of undies that I like knickers, okay? And then I've got 2 pairs that I don't like.
Yep.
That I used to wear when I was slimmer.
Yep.
And
And now the elastic cuts into your thighs a bit. And
no, it doesn't really, but it's just like, it does look a bit like sausages. But I don't like it also because it's synthetic. That was back in my days when I liked my underwear to match, and it was like lacy and all that.
And then you realised how uncomfortable the underwear that matches your bras are.
Oh no, I enjoyed it. I mean, I think if we're going to be honest, I'm more of a size 16 than a size 14. So if those knickers were size 16, I think I'd be more comfortable. But anyway, it's just become this ridiculous joke where Martin will be like, "Oh, you've got new undies." Like it's become like if you want to keep your life simple, it's become a source of celebration.
So I'm a creature of habit.
I just think life is ridiculous.
I buy multiples of the same thing. So all my undies for the past 2-3 years have been Kmart undies, and they're fantastic and comfortable.
Kmart shut down.
And then Kmart shut down, but it was all right because I was going to Invercargill regularly, so I topped up and down at Invercargill.
How often do you buy knickers?
Once a year.
Oh my God. I do have to say, my sister-in-law came to the house today, and I said to Martin, "My knickers are on." And he said, "I've put them inside out, and it's not the way she's going to be facing." I do not change my knickers every year.
Oh, I do. And then
Really?
Kmart have stopped stocking that particular style. So I'm gutted. I'm on the hunt again for new comfortable undies.
After this, I'm going to show you my Kmart knickers to see if they're the same as yours. But no, I'm not going to do it on screen. Because somehow I don't think you need to see this.
That's all stitching things that I've done.
No, I'm still on knickers. I'm obsessed about this. I was talking to someone at work who's sort of a friend. And also I cross boundaries very quickly. So not really a friend, but you know. And she was saying that when she buys knickers, you're going to agree with her. I can just feel it in my bones. When she buys knickers, she gets rid of all the previous knickers.
No, my knickers go from, I chuck them out when there's holes in them, like big holes that you can put your hand through. And I chuck them out.
The temptation to overshare about something, but I won't, it's okay. I will later.
But that's about it. But they do eventually just get quite daggy, and then they go into my bottom drawer and become my emergency undies for situations where I've got no clean undies.
See, this is what Martin calls my black ones. Emergency undies. Yeah. Also, let me overshare this.
Yeah, go for it.
So I've got this, I don't wear like bras anymore. I wear those cotton and lycra bra tops, which...
And they call them sports bras, but there's no way they'd call anything for sporting.
No. But it's sports bra shaped. It's not a sports bra. So I wear those, right? But I've also got a pair from like Bendon that was beige coloured. Obviously, I was having a bit of a nightmare that day. They're beige coloured, but they're all synthetic. And I was wearing it. It was the most unsexy, most unattractive thing. And Martin made some joke about it. I put them in the bin that night. Because I've been... See, speaking of that, is the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because the seams... Sorry, this is just so tedious. I'm sorry.
We're really low on craft tonight, as you can tell. We're just...
No, this is craft related. Because the seams, I don't think they sew them. Like, they fuse them.
Yeah, it's almost like they just sort of glue them over.
So that had started to go, but then got a bit saggy. So I'd folded it up and sewed it on. And honest to God, and they're a bit big now. It was just like the most unattractive. There was a TV program in the UK years ago about a woman that had like wrinkly tights.
Yes.
So it was the bra version of wrinkly tights. So Martin made some funny joke, which was very funny. It was one of those where I started the snorting and laughing, and I had tears running down my face. But before going to bed, I put them in the bin.
Good job. Good. It sounds like that's where they needed to go.
Yeah. But anyway, people throwing out all your knickers once a year. No, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? But yeah, I did go to Pack and Save in Invercargill. They don't stock my knickers now.
Do you mean Kmart?
Sorry, Kmart.
Pack and Save supermarket. So if that's where you're buying your undies
No,
from.
it wasn't. No, I had gone to Invercargill.
Yeah.
To what's it called? Kmart.
Yeah.
Because you want them to be 95% cotton and the lace.
Yes.
That's my goal. Anyway, you don't know about this. But you're welcome anyway. This will generate instant conversation at home for you.
Did you have anything else you wanted to show?
I want to share some books with you.
Sure.
So I'm trying to I'm trying to convince my friend that we're going to video. Well, I've got a friend in my reading group, and I'm trying to convince her to film book reviews after our reading group. Because in the reading group, we don't get to talk about it enough. And yeah, I've got to convince her. But anyway, I bought these books recently. So I'm going to read this. I'm not going to talk about it in the thing, but I bought this on the 7th of October 2024.
Oh, today's the 10th.
Okay. The 7th of October is a significant date. That's why I bought it on this day.
Have you finished it though? You read it in 3 days?
No. I bought it.
Oh, okay.
So
that's less impressive.
I'm still reading the Palestinian costume book. So I read like one village or one town per night. So when I finish that, I'll read this. And I'm hoping that there is like a sensible way of reading it in portions, because I can't read this whole book in one go. And I can't see gaps. Yeah, so it's chapters. So I'll be able to read a chapter, not a night, but maybe every 3 or 4 nights. So that's really good. And also I'm trying to diversify my reading, which I do manage to do that quite well in my reading group, because I always suggest books from writers from the diaspora, or people of color, or black writers, or any marginalized group. Like, you know, I'm not the person that's suggesting the white male writer. There are other people in the group that can do that, so I do this. But I went to op shopping the other day and I came across this one. Has anyone read it?
I'm sure I've heard about it, and I haven't read it.
The Stationery Shop of Tehran. So that'll be interesting. Now, this is in Iran, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think Tehran is in Iran. Yes, I think. Yay. So this will be really interesting. And the thing that I like about these books is, like, my angle is always women's stories, so it's always really interesting from that perspective. But also, you get to hear about the culture of those countries. Quite a lot of the time, those countries are in the news for negative reasons. And they're just full of people like us. And then I got this one for free from a Lilliput library, Eat the Buddha, which is Life and Death in a Tibetan Town.
So for those non-Kiwis or people who don't know, a Lilliput library is
I think it's a worldwide movement.
Is it a worldwide
actually.
movement? Oh well.
Maybe, yeah.
Basically like letterbox-sized
House.
They look really cute. People paint them with different themes, and just free books in there. You just sort of swap or take or...
It's just like community mini libraries that you can leave books, take books.
Yeah.
This looked quite interesting. I haven't been to Tibet, but I've been to China, and I got to the border of Nepal and Tibet, and no further, because I had wanted to go to China. Anyway, this would be really interesting. Let me know if you've read them. Let me know if you've read any of these. That's it. I don't think I've done any shopping. I mean,
Don't worry, I've sorted you.
I've got a stack like this of doilies and secondhand things. Oh, and by the way, this Saturday in the Port Chalmers Hall, it's Dunedin a Brack. So it's for the hospice, the community hospice, and it's a sale of, it's like a massive op shop event where people can hire tables and sell all their sewing and craft equipment. You might want to go.
I'm in Timaru, but otherwise I would.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be the Port Chalmers Centre. I might be going up. I don't know what to do. Marta and I were supposed to go away this weekend, but because I'm not 100% well, I'm not sure if I want to. But also, it's a Palestinian protest, and they're only once a month now, and I really feel like I want to be there with the Palestinian community. So I don't know. Maybe. We shall see. We shall see what happens. We'll decide. Anyway, we're now in the Victoria Went Shopping segment.
Yeah, and she's got pretty
Orange cover though.
I know, isn't it cool? So this here is an inspirations pattern that came out with one of their magazines, and it's a lovely bird cage that
Interesting.
opens, and there's different sort of accoutrements and things that you can do it. So I'm going to do this.
You printed it out from one of your magazines, or did you have to buy it separately?
I decided to purchase it separately because I wanted to set a folder up, but I do have the magazine that the pattern and stuff's going to come from. There's no judgment here.
Oh, sorry, I'm not that. No, I wouldn't draw my video over there. Why didn't you just photocopy it? You have the magazine.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't fit nice now.
Okay.
This is the fabric.
How big is it going to be?
They are about this big. They're quite big.
Okay.
Seen about this big? But I have branched out in terms of the colourway.
I can just see it hanging from the corner.
Yeah. This is going to be my lining fabric.
Nice.
And this is the colour that I'm going to stitch it in.
Nice.
Pink. So that's going to be a new project that I'll start over Christmas, I think.
Can I make an annoying comment?
Only if it's positive. Go on.
Wait, you've got an Excel sheet of all your threads. Did you check that you didn't already have that one?
Oh, I've got all of the threads, but
So why do you have a special one?
because I'll have to use a whole skein, so I'd have to replace it anyway.
Okay. Just one skein?
I don't know.
Just
I
one?
just
Okay.
bought one
Okay.
because I was also using I had threads and the fabrics and stuff out in the shop. Oh yeah, this is another stitch along I'm doing next year. This is Martha Edlin. She's another band sampler.
Oh, from the exemplar.
Yeah, who's closing down. So she's
She's retiring?
she is thinking
Canada.
about downsizing and closing down. So if there's anything, and a lot of things that she won't reprint. So if there's anything on there that you are after, buy it sooner rather than later, which is why this one came quite quickly to me. So the white work one is again from the Assembly, yeah. Yeah, two different.
Cool.
But that's cool. That's going to be a project for next year.
I mean, you're not going to get it done next year, but the nice thing about these is that these are not trendy things. So even if it takes you 10 years to finish
Exactly.
this, you know, it's your taste won't change.
No.
I don't think.
No, and it's just one of those things I'm going to tick along at. I can't crochet, but I bought this Crochet Birds book.
You totally can master crochet.
Because I want to crochet one of them to put in the bird cage.
Oh, nice.
Lovely
You do
book.
it. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Blackbird.
Yeah. Pigeon.
I was going to say dove.
An eagle. Meh. Look at the budgie.
They've got that bird that you were talking about from your beads.
Oh, the
Forgotten it. It's going to bug you now, isn't it?
Yep. Robin.
No.
Carnation. No, that's a
No.
flower.
Let's look at the list.
Cardinal.
Cardinal. It's
Beautiful
like
pictures.
a cardinal.
All
When
the
you
swans.
think of cardinals, they have the red.
Yeah, we should
thingies.
remember. Swans are evil. Sorry, just making that announcement. Budgie. If I do manage to master it.
Bird?
No, I haven't.
I like the blackbird.
That
the
bird would be
best.
quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I bought this beautiful book.
And most people know how to crochet. They'll be able to help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, you're not fake. Like, you can do most things.
Oh, I can work it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
And
had great
YouTube.
success previously.
And
when I've
YouTube
tried.
as well.
Yeah. And then Inspirations have released a new set of
Of course they have. They're onto people
books.
like
They're onto
Victoria.
people like me with
The hand-picked collection.
beautiful patterns in there that I won't use out of the book, and I'll
It
purchase
looks
them
like-
online so they go in the folder.
It looks cruel. Like cruel embroidery.
There's a whole mixture in there.
Uh-huh.
I particularly, yeah, so that's
look at
cool.
that. That's cool.
That's cool.
Actually, that oversized look, I love.
It's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, big purple.
You can make me that if you want.
Sure.
If you feel moved.
It's actually a lovely piece. Look at that. Is it a pomegranate?
I don't know.
Berries, leaves, bew tulip, fruit, plum. Oh, it might be a plum. I don't know. It's a vegetable or a fruit.
It's something natural.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing you like.
The stump work stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
They're cute.
that's me all over it. That'll get done eventually.
Oh, that is pretty. That is pretty. A bit twee with the mouse, but if you didn't have the mouse, that's very
Useful for a
pretty.
nursery something.
Yes, yeah, for
Gorgeous.
children. little
Can you just
children.
imagine that along the bottom of some curtains in a wee nursery
Yeah.
that the child would never be allowed to go into because they'll get their grubby fingers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the grapes? I wanted to show the grapes. I can't find them. Anyway, lovely book to add to the collection. And for some reason, they released the books 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time instead of drip feeding. And these are the ones...
How many are there going to be?
I don't know.
They don't look too thick, so hopefully not as expensive as the other ones.
No, $50. I thought it wasn't too bad.
Holy fuck. That is a ton of money.
Not for a book.
It's not a book, it's a magazine. I think that's an outrageous amount of money. I'm such an op shopper. It makes life really difficult.
There's a hanging thing.
Oh, it's like a pomander.
The ladybird.
No, I think
Anyway.
that's a ton of money.
Beautiful. And then book 3. Again. Love this one. Beautiful Margaret Lee beading work, or at least I'm assuming that's Margaret Lee.
Ooh. So there might be one that's specifically beading.
Yeah, that one.
No, I mean one book.
Oh, I've got a Margaret Lee book. You know, beautiful. Inspirations, they do things beautifully.
Yeah.
Lovely presentation, beautiful quality. Love it.
Nice.
And that is all she wrote.
That's not too bad.
No.
Okay, so I'm interested. Is $50 a lot?
For a craft.
Nah, don't oversell it. Just like, let's be neutral.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's $50 for each one of those. I'm not saying they're not worth it, but is it like, oh my God, that's a lot of money? Or is it like, Catherine, stop going up shopping so you can appreciate what the real world is like?
If you're interested, this was $35 Stitch Witches. They're all from Stitch Witches.
See, that seems reasonable.
I thought that was a bargain. That was cheap. Oh, that's why I bought it, because, like I said, I don't crochet. But it's like $35. I'll risk it for the biscuit.
You've got like champagne attitude with beer money. And I've got beer attitude with champagne money. I only say that. I don't actually earn more than Victoria. I don't have a mortgage. But you know, it's a real thing, because Marta and I will be like, I'm not paying that. And it's like $5.
I'm like, anything that's not stitched well. Anything that is...
Okay, reconstruct your sentence, Victoria.
Yeah. Anything that's not frivolous, I'm like... Like, I pay a lot of money for stupid things. But then I'm like at the supermarket. And so a bag of chips has gone from what used to be like $2 for a bag.
I don't know.
To something like $4 or $5. I'm not paying that. On
See,
principle, I'm not paying that.
I am the person that's like, I am not spending $2.50 on that. Shall we go to Scandinavia on holiday?
How are your holiday plans going?
Oh, Victoria's going so badly.
What?
Because I came across 2 podcasts where they've gone to Scandinavian countries, and I said to Martin, I think we're going to Scandinavia as well as Scotland.
You need to just book your tickets.
And the thing is, I'm waiting to have my holiday to book Christmas, and then I'll book my other holiday. Yeah. The thing is, right, I don't have a big knitting pantry, but I have more than I need for the next 5 years. And I'm so aware that the reason I want to go to Scotland and the reason I want to go to Scandinavia is to buy yarn. And then that just seems so frivolous.
Can you postpone Scotland for 2-3 years and do Scandinavia?
No, because it doesn't matter where I go. There is always a craft angle. Like,
oh yeah.
Do you know, I don't spend, if we compare how much I spend on crafting, like in Dunedin, not even $100 a year. I go on holiday as a different story.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm on holiday. I get to touch the yarn. I get to see the fabric. You know, it's just a completely different experience, and I will buy things. So I'm going for it, but I do feel a little bit like, I'm going to end up with so much yarn. But the people that went, they just had such a good time. Just, you know, and I was thinking, because in places like Denmark and Norway and Sweden, I've heard, and if you've been, let me know, but I've heard that, you know, even petrol stations have yarn. And I was thinking, I know it's not going to be the most glorious yarn because I buy bread and butter yarn. I don't like superwash. It's plastic coated. I'm not having it. I'm not interested. So I'm like, oh my god, I'd love to go to petrol station and buy yarn.
This is the top I made with my petrol yarn.
It's not your petrol yarn, but it's like the most pedestrian sort of experience. But you get to buy yarn. It just seems
awesome.
Like amazing. So anyway, it's going well in that we're talking about it, but it's going badly in that the holiday gets bigger and bigger.
You just need to get in there and book, and then you've got your parameters.
Yeah, but I figure that what I will do is I'll probably buy 2 jumper loads, and then I'll just buy single balls.
What do you do with these? Like, and then do like you did with your shawls, like buy lots of different colours and single balls.
Yeah, and then you know I can make a hat with 1 ball. I can make a pair of mittens with 1 ball.
Nice.
And then that'll be okay.
Did you get Christina's top finished?
No. I kind of, it's complicated because she doesn't, no. We got to a good point and I sort of measured it, but I really need her in the house to kind of go, okay, I'll do 1 more row. We're at the point where I think I can just join it and do the rib, but now we were trying to figure it out and I think it's not going to show enough cleavage, which is like the goal. So, it's almost there. Yeah, I'll pick it up again.
Yeah.
I just have this terrible impression that I will knit on it and it'll be like, oh, now you have to unknit it because she wasn't here to try it on. So that's a little bit annoying. Yeah. Also, she had her vest. I gave her the vest, like the singlet. Has she worn it? No, she hasn't.
Because she needs the whole lot.
Even though she's like, yeah, I think she's waiting for the whole lot. So anyway, whatever. Yeah, so I have so many first world problems. But yeah. Right, so for the next fortnight, I am going to do some cross stitching.
Lovely.
Because I desperately want to finish at least one of my big projects so that I just want to whittle down some of my big projects so I can do some little projects. I was watching a friend, I think it was Fiona, she had this beautiful needle case that had a house like you get in the samplers, but that was the front of the needle case. It's so gorgeous. It's like, I want stuff like that.
Lovely.
Which I don't need. I've got a couple of needle cases, but apparently you need 12. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, so I'm going to focus on the cross stitch and my little quilting because that's an ongoing. I'm not going to quilt. I'm not going to quilt for a fortnight. Well,
except for your
quilt
for
a week. My tumbling blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. But I'm not going to do quilting.
Quilting, yeah.
But I might join my friend's quilt blocks because I think that's allowed. I really would love to be able to give her the quilt when she arrives. It's not possible, really. Oh, I have a life lesson to share. The quilt that I showed is not perfect. And one of the reasons it's not perfect is because this relates to me being very thrifty. And I had lots of pieces of batting. But it wasn't like I had a rectangle and I had a square and I had a long piece. No, I had like little amounts. And so I joined them all together and really don't. Like if you have 4 big pieces, sure, join them and that's great. But I probably had 20 pieces that I joined for this quilt. And with hindsight, maybe not the best idea. It was just a bit daft. So I'm not going to do that again. I learned my lesson. I mean, I hate the waste. I hate the waste. So yeah.
That's why you make more dolly quilts. You put the beading in your bunting and things. Well, you must almost be finished your bunting challenge.
Well, I haven't done my beading one. But the other thing is as well, I bought a couple of comforters from the op shop.
Oh, your jackets! I saw those on Instagram. They look amazing.
I got that. I've done one and I've decided that for the mustard one, I want to make myself like a tank top waistcoat thing.
Nice.
So yeah, I forgot. We'll do that. I've been obsessively quilting. But yeah, lesson learned. Don't join 300 bits. But also because I've got that comforter, which comes with batting, I've been using that for my little pieces.
Yep.
So I think I just need to just get over myself and understand that sometimes there's a little bit of waste.
Yeah. Or that this is not necessarily the project to use that waste on.
Yeah. And the nice thing is that next year, Fiona and I are doing a quilting challenge and we're going to do a doll size quilt.
Perfect for your scraps, yeah.
For us. So we're going to do that over 12 months.
Lovely.
So maybe that makes me feel better about life. I don't know. I just don't like waste. And because quilt batting is not 100% natural, because even when they say 100% cotton, it actually comes with a film over it, which is not cotton.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to put it in my compost bin either. So
No.
anyway, see, more problems like that. So anyway, so I'm going to focus on my tumbling blocks quilt, but also actual cross stitch. What are you going to focus on?
So I'm off to Timaru this weekend because it is the South Island Masters Games, and on Monday I am puzzling.
I
in the
thought you were
Masters
doing
Games.
something to do with your grandma.
No. I am using her house. We're going to stay at her place because, you know, obviously free.
Yes.
But no, so puzzling this weekend. And
And on Monday what?
on Monday's the competition. So we're going up Friday tomorrow after work, and we're just going to puzzle all weekend and then have the competition on Monday. Like we did when we went to Chiana. It was great. And
Nice, very good. And you'll do some crafting in between, right?
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah. No, there were no crafting going on in Timaru. Honestly, so when we were in Tiana, we started puzzling at 9 o'clock and we finished like 11 o'clock at night. We just puzzle. We got through heaps. It was great. It's lovely to expand your hobbies.
Does anybody... Oh, gee, when I went to the Rotary thing, they had puzzles there. Yeah. I mean, you can always find puzzles in op shops.
Yeah, we do a lot of op shop puzzles.
What I was going to say is, does anyone out there puzzle? Like, is Victoria the only one?
Am I the
that's gone
only
to the
crazy
dark
one?
side?
And I will, or Marie Talbot, I've got to get on to Marie Talbot. Her classes start at the 1st of November.
Should I take Victoria's beads away? I could.
No.
Would
I'm
that
only
be
allowed.
helpful?
No.
She's giving me the evil.
You're like, you're not touching my beads. You're not touching my beads. But that's it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, this has been a delight.
It has been a delight.
Craft light, but...
A delight. You know more about our underwear drawers than you ever wanted to know.
Oh, come on, it's interesting.
Ah.
We did bras, we did underwear.
Well, I've only just upgraded from 1 bra to 2.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. I feel pretty extravagant.
She's a bit flash, isn't she? No, I've downgraded because I probably had 5, no, maybe 7 of the good ones, plus that saggy one. So I've gone down 1. And sometimes I think, come on, Catherine, get a real bra again, because they're so pretty, but I just don't want to get into that. They're more expensive.
Yeah.
And also,
I hate bra shopping.
I'm married already, whatever. It doesn't matter what I look like. Although, it does matter what I look like, because I can see myself getting older, and I'm just not sure about it. Like, I know it's okay that I'm getting older, but some of the signs I'm a little bit uncomfortable with. It's not funny.
You don't look any older than when I met you, except your hair's like 1,000,000 times longer.
I definitely
You had like a number 1 when I first met you. You were so
Oh,
fit.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel jowly now.
Oh.
And I was talking to
Get those-
Diana, and she was like, oh, and Catherine with her amazing chin. And she goes, oh, not so much then. I was like, I know. Oh, I mean, this is great, right? I'm 52, but I'm just talking about it because it's good to recognize how we all are human. I've always been very like, I love getting older, but I think partly because I was growing old very unwrinkly. So I still don't really have wrinkles, I don't think. But this is not as firm as one might have hoped. And I said to Martin, I'm going to have to start going for facials. I had to cancel my facial.
Oh, why? Because of the rain?
Yeah, my friend and I were going to have a friendship facial, like in the same room together. But I felt that it was irresponsible on my part to go to South Dunedin. It was in St. Clair. Yeah. It was St. Clair Spa.
Not a good time, no.
And also I felt that at one point, just outside my township, it was what do you call it? It was
closed?
The road was closed because there'd been a mudslide.
Yeah.
And you just it was state of emergency. You shouldn't leave your house unless you had to. So I was like, I just felt like it was inappropriate to put pressure on the
Yeah.
emergency services. So I cancelled. I'm a bit sad, but we will go. We'll go back. We'll go when she comes back from Vietnam. So that'll be grand.
Lovely.
Okay,
So
let's stop it.
right.
Lovely to see you.
Hopefully see you in a fortnight again.
Have a good fortnight. Answer our questions and kakite.
Kakite.